I just wanted to show you. This is the house tour. So yeah, that's the plan for now of our new apartment. A save the date card, a place for people who come to stay over. Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel. It is 9:10 in the morning. It's a Friday and I thought I'd take you along with what a typical Friday in my life looks like. What we have planned for the day is just my normal morning routine, and then I'm gonna head to a cafe to get some work done, and then I'm gonna have lunch at home with Dick. I want to do a small apartment tour because I still haven't shown you guys the entire apartment, the setup that we've made. So that's what we're gonna do, and then in the evening I'm just gonna have a solo night in because Dick is going out for something very exciting. So that's the plan for today, and I'm gonna take you along. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this vlog, and thanks for being here. So I've just sat down to do my skincare. I don't do a lot of products, but I just wanted to show you what I'm currently using. So I started using the serum. I should never use a serum before because I never knew what it does. I'm still not very sure, but I started using this. I was gifted this serum by Adasi, and it's kind of like a specially formulated serum for brown skin people, and that's mainly the reason why they sent it to me. I really like it because it's oil based. Something about me is I just cannot use anything on my face that is too thick. If it's a moisturizer or a sunscreen, it just has to be very lightweight. I think when it comes to any sort of products, even makeup, I don't wear makeup, but that's probably a reason why, because I just can't have anything on my face. It kind of annoys me, irritates me so much. And this is not just skincare or makeups, it's got to do with a lot of things. Like, I don't usually wear glare sunglasses or hats because it just irritates me that something's, touching my face or on it. I'm not really sure if it's a problem, but yeah, it's always been like that, and I've just accepted it. My hair is really, really oily. I need to wash it. It's on its third day without a wash. And I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing. So this is just a ribbed mid-neck from H&M. It's one of my favorites. I've had it for a really long time. It's really great to layer with, to wear under any sweaters or sweater vests. And then I'm just wearing my light grey H&M flares. These are one of my favorite pants. They fit really well, and H&M is in general one of my favorite brands. A lot of people don't like them, but I feel like it's one brand that I found where the sizing has been so on point for me. Every time I go in there, I know exactly what size to get and what fit looks great on me. It's one of my go-to brands. If I need anything, any basics, I go to H&M. If I need anything basically, I usually shop from H&M. But of late, I've been finding myself in the thrift store more often compared to, the mall or the high street. So many times I get questions on what skin moisturizer I use. I feel like my skin behaves most of the time. It adapts really fast. I sometimes switch face washes pretty often, and my skin has been a blessing and it doesn't react to most things. I don't use a moisturizer. I use coconut oil on my face. This is the one that I use. It's from Amazon. This costs around £10. I should get a bigger bottle before, but I don't think they sell that anymore because when I went to search for it, it wasn't there. But this is basically what I've been using on my face ever since I moved to London. I should not use a moisturizer in Co-op, but when I came to London, I had to use one because of the cold and my skin was drying out really fast. I hated the normal moisturizers on my face because they were just so thick, and this is so lightweight. I love an oil. It just really lets my skin breathe. And I know oil has this connotation that it blocks your pores. It's worked out pretty well for me. I don't see any blocked pores on my skin. So this is organic also, so it's good for your skin and doesn't have any bad stuff that other moisturizers would probably have in them. So my skin doesn't feel alive if it doesn't have coconut oil on it. Now this is my least favorite part, but you have to do it. This is a metal gua sha that I got when I was back in Goa. I had like the rose quartz one before, and it really wasn't good. It was holding so much bacteria and dust all the time, and this one is so nice. This is a really nice one. I really like this. It was not expensive, but here probably it will be, but there I paid around 500 rupees, which is so good. You go all the way down your neck, get away any excess water, and then you start going in for your jaw, chin, basically just draining all the water. If you feel like your face holds a lot of water and it's always puffy, this is probably what you can do to help it drain all this excess water that it's holding. Everyone's body is different, but I wish someone had told me this before, because my face was always puffy, and after I started doing this, I found it less puffy, more toned, just feels more tighter. Your nose, it's really great if you've got like sinus and stuff that blocks out your nose. It really opens it up. Not a doctor of any sorts, but then you finish with your forehead. That's it. All done. So this is my 3-step routine, and then lastly put on some sunscreen. This is the one that I use. This is from Goa again. So what I do is just put it on, apply it to my face. I got this from Serendipity, the fest in Goa art fair. I've been using this for over a year now, and it hasn't finished. I think there's a bit left in it. I had another one that I got at Boots here in London, and the minute I tried this one on, I was like, I am switching. That one was really pasty. Is great. That's the skincare done. If you're also someone that doesn't like a moisturizer on your face, I think you should really consider coconut oil, because it is a great option. And until I got to know of it, I had no idea. I was just struggling. My nose was continuously peeling off, my lips were dry all the time. And the good thing about this is you can put it on your face and your lips. Like literally it goes, moisturizes the whole thing. Like you don't need to have like a separate one for your lips. I mean, but even it'll be kind of weird if your face moisturizer got on your lips like another one, but this is just like, you can just get it all in there and just lather yourself in it. If you ever see me with this headband, it's because my hair is oily and I don't want to show you the front part, and this headband is a really nice way of just making it look all put together. My battery is on 1%, but before it dies, I just wanted to show you what I'm putting on my lips. Jisoo lip oil. I'm gonna go make some breakfast now, journal a bit, read my book, and then go out to work. See you. Not sure if you're gonna hear anything because it's really windy today. I'm heading to the town center to get a bit of work done, because I just can't seem to work when I'm at home. I get so distracted and I feel like I have to do 1,000 different other things, like the laundry basket, which is yet to be put to dry. The sky is blue, but it's so windy. Yeah, so I usually go to Pret to work because I've got a subscription there where I've paid £10 and I get 50% off my drinks. So it's a pretty good deal, because I go most days when I don't have a shoot. So this week I didn't have any shoots, so I was there 5 days a week, which would have been really adding up on the cost if I didn't have the subscription. So yeah, I'm heading there. I love the Pret that I go to. So the town center has 2 Prets, and I go to the one in the market because I like watching the people. I sit by the window and I watch all the people in the marketplace just buying flowers, vegetables, walking around. So yeah, that's the plan for now. I'll be here for another maybe 2 hours, get some social media work done for my clients and for my page as well. get some edits sent off from a shoot that I did. From 2 shoots, I think, yeah. And yeah, I'll come home for lunch, so let's go. Okay, so we just finished having lunch, and as promised, this is the house tour of our new apartment. Let's start. This is the entrance. This is the entryway that you see as soon as you enter the door. I'm sorry if I'm smiling so much. I'm excited, but yeah, so this is the entryway. This has a bunch of stuff that we already had in our old house. So this is a coat rack that we got when I first moved to London, and I got it off Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Gumtree.
Facebook
Marketplace, and it was £8. It's one of my most favorite things that I bought. This is the 4th house that it has come to, and it's still one of my favorite pieces, even though it's just like a plain white stand. It just holds so many things, like all of our favorite sweaters, and it also has like a shoe rack down there. Corridor space is not very big, but also not very small. Like we fit this whole clothes rack thing, and also we have a separate shoe rack that's in this corner, and then we have like an entryway table here that has like a bowl for our keys, just some things that we put in as soon as we enter. Now let's go to the kitchen.
What's up, guys? Okay, so this is our kitchen. I guess we can start with the magnets first. These are basically all of the places that we've been to over the last 5 years. The broken one. They don't exist anymore. We have basically most of our white goods came with the apartment, which is the stove, the washing machine, obviously the sink and stuff over here. And for the first time in the last 5 years, we have a dishwasher, which is cool. We had our housewarming the other day, and it was very useful. I literally just had to clear the sink, put everything in, and it was done. Feels like a luxury at this point because we've never had one before. All of the stuff that you see on the counter is stuff that we've collected over the last few years. Most of the stuff is like thrifted. The bread box that we have here. This, I love this. It's basically only for our wooden spoons. This holder over here is thrifted, and then we have our cookbooks. And a knife set, which was one of the gifts for our housewarming that we got this year. Okay.
The tea counter! Yeah. Wait, you stand here.
So this is basically our tea/coffee counter, something that Maurice really wanted. So we've kept this entire section from top to down just for tea. So we have our coffee machine. We have my mocha pot. These are tea mugs. Again, we got this thing from the thrift store. And then inside the cupboard, we have all of our tea and coffee, which Maurice has collected. So many teas. There's like, what is this tea? I don't know what this is.
Raspberry. So basically this is my favorite cupboard in the kitchen. Don't touch the teas. Keep them back. Different teas. Like this is a tea that I got from Paris. And then this is random raspberry tea. There's the green tea in the back. There's chai, tea bags. And this is Karak chai that we have every evening, which is really, really good. It's from Asda. And these are different ground coffee. This was gifted to me by Chip Coffee. And this is one that we just bought. And then there's hot chocolate in the back there. These are other tea packets. And there's Parle G for tea time.
So I've always used a mocha pot. Not often, but very rarely. And I've just started getting into like trying to brew my own coffee. So I'm excited about this station and what it's going to become. I don't think this is the final form. Alright, cool. Next room, the bedroom.
So this is the bedroom. This is a pretty good sized bedroom, I would say, because it's fit a lot of stuff. So when we entered this apartment, it was completely unfurnished. So we really didn't have anything that we had in the bedroom. Everything that we have that you can see here has been bought for this house, except for one shelf which is here and the cooler. So this bed is from Habitat Argos. This side table, the side unit, is from British Art Foundation. We have a lot of stuff in this house that we got from British Art Foundation. There's a really big store near our house that we went to every single day just to try and find furniture, and we picked out one item that was dark brown wood, and we just matched all the other items to that, and it's fit in so well, and we just love this color. And our previous houses had a lot of like lighter wood, but then in this house we stuck with dark wood, and a really, really good change because I love how this looks. The lamp as well is from there. And if you come along, this is my favorite piece of the bedroom, which is my dressing table. It's a chest of drawers, but it's also like my dressing table, and it was listed as a small chest of drawers, and it is not very big, but it also stores a lot of stuff. Like the drawers are pretty huge inside, and again the dark brown color is so it's just so classy and gives us a feel of like back home in Goa, the furniture that we have there. So it's like a mix of like modern furniture along with that antique touch. This mirror we had bought previously, also thrifted in the previous house.
None of our perfumes are bought. They are all gifts.
Okay. And anyway, so coming to the next piece in the bedroom, which is, I mean, you look at it and think, oh, this is just a showpiece with 2 drawers. But it is also the desk. So this piece also we bought from British Art Foundation, and it was, I would say, the
best deal.
the best deal that we got on any furniture that we bought in the house. This was the best deal that we got. If you want to guess how much it is, you are going to be wrong. So you can guess in the comments how much we paid for this desk. They call it a bureau here in London, but in Goa it's called an ishkritor. It's basically where you sit and you write, and it's such a space efficient, because we were supposed to put a whole desk here, which was definitely going to look more crowded and cramped up. Try to fit a lot of stuff in this one bedroom, and this is just so space efficient, because after you're done working, you just close this and then it just doesn't look cluttered. It looks so neat and clean.
It doesn't look like a table.
It doesn't look
That's
like
the
a
main
table.
thing.
It just looks like, like a storage unit, because it also has storage down, which is not lying that it is a storage unit. So it does have 2 really big drawers where we store all of our stationery and stuff. Everything has been very carefully chosen. A moment for the amazing windows that we have and the amazing light that we get in the afternoon. It's just such a blessing in this country. Coming to this side of the bedroom, this is from IKEA. This was the first piece of furniture that we bought in this house. Possibly the second one that we've had to put together. Third item. Because this was one, the bed was one, and the sofa was the other. Yeah, this is basically just a basic 2-door cupboard from IKEA. This is a shelf that we've had in all of our houses that has been a multi-purpose shelf.
I've used it as a bench before.
That's what I meant. Like, we've used it for so many things. Right now, it's like a clothing drawer kind of like a thing. But before this, in our previous house, it was a bookshelf. So it's just been used for different purposes. And it's also from IKEA. But it's a really, really nice piece.
I just noticed something. We have 3 things from IKEA in this house. 1, 2, 3.
This mirror is also from Facebook Marketplace that I got along with the coat rack hanger thing. But so when we went to the lady's house, she just randomly asked us if we wanted a mirror as well. We just said okay, so we got both those items basically with us on that day.
And we struggled carrying it home.
Yeah, so this is basically the bedroom, and we love the dark furniture, the dark frame that we've put in the corner. Let's go to the next room.
And so this is our bathroom. One of the best parts about this bathroom, I know, is the fact that it's completely brand new. So we've only been renting while we've lived in London. What that means is that we've used bathrooms before in the past. I mean, that's what everyone does. But we were just...
Different people do that with bought houses. It's not like houses are completely new.
Yeah, it's the same with bought houses. But we were fortunate enough to get this apartment as soon as it was refurbished, which means that everything in this bathroom is new. From the toilet to the bathtub. Nobody's had a bath in that bathtub except us. There's a lot of light you don't really get in a lot of London apartment bathrooms, which is cool. There's ventilation. There's so much storage. There's this, which Maurice has all organized very nicely. There's that. This guy's upside down.
That guy's upside down because he needs to be completely used before he's thrown out. So one of my favorite parts of the bathroom is the floor.
I mean, it is
I
cool.
love the tiles.
It's different.
Yeah. So this is the
gives it
bathroom.
this classy
It's got
feel.
a bathtub and a really, really cool shower head. And now to the last room and our favorite room, which is the living room. So basically, when we were designing this living room, we had to choose between an L-shaped couch and a dining table with 4 to 6 chairs. And we chose the L-shaped couch because we're just two of us living here. We don't even use a dining table. Like to eat, to work. I mean, to work maybe sometimes, but almost all of our stuff that we do is either on the desk in the bedroom or we sit usually on the couch. So we don't really use a dining room. We've never used a dining room in any of our previous houses other than to play games when our friends come over and to serve food when our friends come over, which this is pretty efficient for. So we particularly chose a dining table that could be foldable. So we got this one which is foldable on either side. There's a flap on this side as well that you can lift up and extend. It's an extendable table. And this was the first piece that we got, which was dark brown. Basically, this table influenced all the other furniture in the house. We're not sure if we're going to get chairs because we like the space to be open. So then comes our favorite spot in the living room, which is this corner, which we specifically designed very intricately. I'm going to put the lamp on. Coming to the mirror, we've always wanted a full length
Arched mirror.
Arched mirror. This was the house where we were just like, we have to get it here. We have a spot for it. It goes perfectly in this corner. And these shelves we took a full hour to arrange and then to only rearrange it 3 times again, because we weren't happy with it. And it's got basically all of the things that we love. The books that we love to read. These are all the books that I have read, some of my favorite books. And then there's my camera. Then this is a gift that a friend, Rajiv, a friend, gave us for our wedding. This is Deck without legs. And this is me with my camera. A save the date card. This is a candle that I made for a workshop that we went for. It's all stuff that we've collected over the years, like this clock, this bottle opener, the painting that a friend of mine did, Simran, and this is a frame that Bebe made for us. It's an illustration of our proposal in the park, and this was a gift from her. We had to put it right on the top shelf because we love it. A culmination of our life here in London over the past 4 or 5 years. And then below that is, of course, the bar. You want to talk about the bar?
Okay.
You talk about the bar. I don't know what to say about the bar.
So we really like this piece when we found it. One of the main reasons why we liked it, one is because it has a lot of storage. So it's not just a bar, but it has a bunch of storage inside. But 2, because when we want to, we can just open this up on either side and leave it open. Bar open. But yeah, there's an ample of storage, so we're going to be storing all of our wine bottles here. All of the soft drinks and other stuff here. Probably get like a small wine glass rack to be hanging over here. And yeah, it's basically make sure that there's no clutter on the top, which mostly happens, especially when you start collecting a lot of bottles over the years of random alcohols that you get as gifts. But yeah, and it has wheels, so we can move it around if you want to. But yeah, this piece kind of like ties this entire corner together again with the dark wood that reminds us a lot of home. Yeah, it's not the neatest right now, but yeah, that's about it.
Proud bar owner. Okay, next.
So basically, number one is we've always wanted an L-shaped sofa. 2 things that we've always wanted living in London. One was the arched mirror and the second was an L-shaped sofa, but we never ever had space. But this time, since the entire house came unfurnished, we had the opportunity to design the space ourselves. The L-shaped sofa basically sectionalizes a part of the living room, and that is what this space is. The other furniture that we had, like this chair over here, the brown chair, the cane chair, and the not armchair, but like it's like a cozy leather chair. Big chair. I don't know what you would call it, chair. But yeah, so that basically all of it complements each other. And then finally, this table that we picked up again from Facebook Marketplace at a bargain, I would say. We walked 2 hours to Richmond.
I mean, we could have taken a train, but we wanted to walk because it's through Richmond Park and we wanted to get some steps in. So we picked up this table. And it's originally from Habitat. It's originally from Habitat. It's a really nice table, but not very nice to carry.
It's delicate.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no base, there's just a top and then there's cane.
So
you're holding it by the cane basically.
Yeah, so...
Which was kind of tricky, but we made it.
Yeah, and Another thing about the sofa is that we wanted a sofa bed because for place for people who come to stay over, all of our friends, we have a lot of sleepovers, and it was not like a question. In all of our past houses we've had sofa beds, so this had to be a sofa bed, so we had to specifically pick an L-shaped sofa that was also a sofa bed, so this can turn into like a day bed when you pull this out, and then also like a full two-person bed, double bed, and it's also got a lot of storage in there. Yeah, this was basically one of the new pieces that we had to get in this house. This table was in the past house. This lamp was in the past house. Two houses that we also got off Gumtree. Yeah. A lot of our stuff has been thrifted, which is really exciting because I find going into a store and picking out furniture that's new very boring. When you see stuff listed on these apps like Facebook Marketplace or even in the thrift stores, British Art Foundation or even like Princess Alice, it's just very unique pieces next to each other. Like it doesn't have a theme. Basically, you go in and you find your theme, like something that you like. It's not like you pick and go to IKEA and you know what the furniture is going to look like. It's not like that. So it basically makes you think harder of which pieces you would specifically want in your house and in your space that feel more like you, rather than letting a furniture shop decide that. So
yeah,
yeah,
I find it very exciting as well because you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you don't get anything, but sometimes you find the most amazing piece of furniture. Like this chair, I would say like you wouldn't like.
You can't see it.
You can't see the chair, but
No.
it's basically this chair. But it's a designer Ratan chair, which I wouldn't say would sell for less than like 200 to 250 pounds or more, most probably. But we got it for 25 pounds. When you see stuff like this and you randomly just fall in love with the thing, like it's a different feeling from just going to a shop or finding something online and going click and collect. Completely different. Like I prefer thrifting to Facebook Marketplace as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like a whole like let's go thrift shopping today. It's like a whole you can make a whole day out of it. And the town we stay in, Kingston, I mean, has a lot of thrift stores, so that serves as well.
So this is the end of our apartment tour, and the light increases as I say this. See, Shanu.
Wait.
Why? See.
Yeah, so and just thrifting in general, like number one, like your money, you know that your money is going to a charity, and number two, it's way better for the environment than actually shopping new product. All in all, like it's a very fulfilling
process
activity.
Yeah.
From the like you're getting good stuff for yourself, plus you're helping out other people and the environment. We enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
It's
And
one of our favorite things to do.
But not just furniture thrifting, like even clothing. Like I think we first started with clothing thrifting. When I came to London in 2019, I had no idea what a thrift store was. I had no idea what a charity shop was. I just entered a store once, and I had no idea that it was a second-hand shop. And I entered and I saw this coat that I really liked, and I bought it. And it wasn't even like anything weird. Like a lot of people have a notion that second-hand clothing is weird, but I feel like the charity shops pick clothes that can be used and not just they just don't basically place anything on the rack. Properly clean, they steam the clothes a lot. Like this concept of like second-hand clothing and thrifting and reusing stuff is
Pre-loved.
Yeah, pre-loved items. It's I don't know, I just find it really fascinating. Even the clothing, like if I want a sweater, I know that I will get a sweater if I enter a shop like H&M or Zara. Like I know that I'm going to get a sweater, but am I going to get the joy in picking out a sweater that I really
unique thing
like?
That nobody else has also.
Yeah, and it's like so many different pieces. It's not just like the same design. Like if you go to the store, or at this current moment, all of the shops, Primark, Instagram seems Primark, H&M, Zara, Bershka, they'll all be doing the same type of sweater that's trending at the moment. Like they'll all be having the same designs. But if you go to a thrift store, it could have a design of like 3 years back that nobody else is wearing right now. So it's basically you'll be wearing something really unique and special, and something basically that you picked out that you like, and not just something that's trending or what is it called? In fashion at the moment. Yeah. Okay, I'm tired of talking now, and I want to have tea. So it's 4 o'clock in the evening, and I'm gonna make some tea. In the meantime, if my camera doesn't stop recording, did it? No, it didn't stop recording. You can tell them where you're going today.
I mean, in the meantime, I'm going for a wrestling show.
I thought you wanted to talk more about it.
No, I don't want to talk anything more about it. It's fun. It's the first time I'm going for a wrestling show, live wrestling show. I've gone for one before. I've gone for one before. She had bought me a ticket to a house show, but today is the first time I'm
Where
going
he
to.
saw Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was also the first action figure that I got you.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going for a WWE show, SmackDown, to the O2 Arena, which is going to be fun.
And I'm gonna have a solo night in after a very, very, very long time. I think it's been 6 months.
I think more.
Yeah, since I've
Because
had
I've
a
never
solo
left you.
night. Yeah, because he doesn't go anywhere alone. Like I go on shoots and basically on shoots and out to work a lot, but he just stays at home because his job is completely remote, so he doesn't have an office. So he stays at home and then I go out and give him alone time, and then so now I'm getting alone
So you
time.
should just buy me more WWE tickets.
Yeah. And also, when we were in Goa, I don't think in Goa there's a concept of being alone.
Yeah.
There's it's not like we have an apartment in Goa, so we can't really complain about that because we live with our parents when we go home to Goa, so they are also always there, which I'm not complaining about. It's a nice feeling. But yeah, it's just been a really long time since I've had a solo night in, and I don't know what to do. I forgot how to live. We are gonna have some tea now, and then he's gonna go out for his show, which he has to leave in an hour. And then, I don't know, I'm just probably gonna go for a walk to the town center. So that's basically what we're gonna do. So nice outside. It's such a nice sunny day. I will show. No! It's recording, but it says 0 minutes.